Is the Kansas City Chiefs dynasty finally over? Alright, before I get into the video, I just want to say a couple things. Make sure you leave a like on the video if you enjoy football content. You're going to enjoy this video about me yapping about the NFL. So, if you enjoy that, and you will leave a like on the video, then you're going to enjoy my other videos. So, that means you might as well subscribe to the channel. But, that's all I got for now. Let's go right back to the video. Is the Chiefs dynasty over? So, usually I do NBA weeklies on Tuesday, but I'm just dropping that tomorrow, okay? I feel like this week in the NFL, a lot of stuff happened, a lot of big wins, a lot of very interesting things happened. I think the biggest storyline that is coming out from this week is none other than Patrick Mahomes tearing his ACL and his LCL. What happened essentially, bro, get this out of my face. Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL and his LCL on Sunday when they were playing the Chargers. Now, this was a big game. The Chiefs were just in the Super Bowl last year, right? This game was decided whether or not they made the playoffs this year. So a team that went from being in the Super Bowl contenders, to a game that decided whether or not they made the playoffs. Now, they lost the game, and everything else that kind of worked out basically eliminated them from the playoffs. The Chiefs are no longer going to be in the playoffs, and I ain't going to cap, like, with Patrick Mahomes going out, you probably don't even want to be in the playoffs because, like, how far are you really going to go? If the Chiefs are smart, this is where you kind of get into how do you move forward. If the Chiefs are smart, they will evaluate this roster. This roster has a lot of issues. Kareem Hunt and, you know, the people who haven't, not Kareem Hunt, god dang it, Isaiah Pacheco and the people who have in that backfield, it's just not going to work. Just not going to work. Isaiah Pacheco has not been very well. And really the offense as a whole, outside of Pat Mahomes, hasn't been good. He needs another threat. At wide receiver, like these people you have, Rashee Rice, you know, has been good. But outside of Rashee Rice, I mean, come on, what does he really have? Travis Kelce is getting old, and it's starting to show. Seems like people, I mean, like the media more so pays attention to Tim and Taylor Swift than the actual play on the field. Travis Kelce has fallen off. I mean, we saw it last year where he was kind of falling off a little bit. Was, you know, like, yeah, the way he was moving in space and some of the, you know, the plays that we're used to seeing him make, he just was not making them. Quite simply, right? So, Pat Mahomes, I mean, so that's just the offensive side of the ball. You know, you have stuff in the offense. Really, the whole offense outside of Patrick Mahomes needs a revamp, if we're being honest. Truth be told. Need some young people, but you don't just need young people. You need, like, talent. You need talent. You need talent to get around them. Because honestly and truthfully, the reason why this team even was in the playoff picture this far into the season is because Patrick Mahomes had been playing his behind off. I mean, I don't know his exact statistics, but, like, I could probably go find them, right? Jeez, what am I doing? But yeah, no, like, Pat Mahomes had been balling, like, so far this season. Okay, so yeah, we have 22 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. I mean, that's not what we're used to seeing from Pat Mahomes. Like, usually isn't, you know, struggling and all of those things. But this is a pretty good season for Pat Mahomes, and really a lot of his struggles has been to this lackluster roster that they have put around him. So, in the offseason, they need to reevaluate that team, the offense and defense, because the defense, truth be told, that defense is not good, bro. Like, the defense, and I really don't think it's more of a spag issue. I honestly do think it's, like, just a personnel issue, but, I mean, you have a lot of dudes on defense from the linebackers. Like, the only consistent positive on that team has been Chris Jones, honestly. And even then, he's had times where it's like, what is going on with you? So, I don't really know, like, how are they going to go about doing this, but they need to listen. Like, okay, we're not in the playoffs no more. Let's not even worry about it. Let's try to get as high of a draft pick as we can. Let's reevaluate this roster. Let's get some young talent in here and some good people. Because I'm not going to lie, like, another thing that plays into this is just some of their draft picks over the past couple of years. It's just been kind of questionable in my opinion. Just in my opinion. I just feel like some of their draft picks could have been better. But that's just what I'm saying. Now, it is kind of funny, as you can see here. Tom Brady also tore his ACL in his 9th NFL season. He was 31 and all these different types of things, but it's just kind of a funny thing, you know, with all the script and everything, how Tom Brady tore his ACL in his 9th season, just like how Pat Mahomes did. I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's kind of interesting, but Pat Mahomes is not the only person to tear his ACL. Michael Parsons also tore his ACL as the Packers lost a very crucial game to the Denver Broncos. Very crucial game. I was actually watching this, and the Packers are up If I'm not mistaken, the Packers are up by like a decent amount. Like at one point, yeah, they were okay. The Packers fell 34-26. Yes, half a game back for the lead. Boom. So this is a pretty big injury for multiple reasons. Now, Micah Parsons has been having a phenomenal season. I'm not going to lie to you. Like ever since he's been traded, he's been wreaking havoc. It's just been he's been Micah Parsons. I mean, point blank, period. Right. So for this so far, for him to have this injury, it changes things. It changes things for the Packers because offensively, you have Jordan Love. You know, I already have my questions about the offense outside of Jordan Love and Josh Jacobs, but they've been solid this season, so I can't really complain. But for Micah Parsons and that defense to go out, this is a big hit for the defense. A lot of the pressure and just the impact that he carries and that he brings when he's on the field, man, I'm not gonna lie, it starts to get kind of rough. And these Super Bowl hopes and this matchup that they have coming up against Chicago, it changes everything. Because now you literally don't have the best player on your team. You lost the best, most impactful player on your team. And if you know, this is a move. Now, luckily, it's not the end of the world, right? You still have, like, seasons, in the future. But the NFL doesn't make sense. The NFL is not something that year to year you're going to see some type of consistency. You're going to have your contenders and pretenders, cool, all that type of stuff. But, I mean, it can change, like, every year, literally. So, this is the year where, especially with the type of momentum they have and especially with how sweet the NFL has been, this is probably, like, in all of my time of watching NFL, I really don't know who I can say is going to win. Like, we are 14 weeks into the season. 14 weeks into the season, right? Oh, I typed that correctly. Hold on. We're 14 weeks into the season, and I'm going to be so honest with you when I say I don't look at any one of these teams, and I cannot look at any one of these teams in either conference and say that I'm very confident that they can make a push. I mean, I'm confident that they're going to win the Super Bowl. Outside of the Rams, but even the Rams lost to the Panthers. You see what I'm saying? We're going to get into the Panthers later, but the Rams lost to the Panthers. So, like, none of these teams really, like, jump off the screen for me. Like, I'm not really looking at any of these teams like, like, you're, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're a threat. You're a legit threat. So, if a team that was sweet, I mean, a league that is sweet, a team like the Packers that also, like, if they would have won that game, pretty sure, they would have been 10-3, would have had a game up on the Bears in the NFC North, and probably would have had the top seed in the NFC North, too. It's a big loss. Not just only actually losing the game, but also like a loss, losing Micah Parsons. It's a big loss, and it's definitely going to have some implications of how they go into our season. Now, luckily, I think this team is still good enough to be able to make the playoffs and, still be able to, like, maybe go to the second round or something like that. But I wouldn't bank on the Packers going to the Super Bowl. Hopefully, Micah Parsons, like, he gets well soon, and he's cool. Now, if we're getting to some of the games, it's only a couple games that I really want to highlight. Right? We actually had a pretty good slate yesterday. Now, the games that I want to highlight. First one. What am I going to do the first one? We're going to talk about my Panthers, bro. Yo, as a Panthers fan, I'm embarrassed. We played like poop. I'm going to refrain from using bad language. We played horrible against the Saints. Honestly, we lost by 3 points, and we were up for a good amount. But the fact that this is even a competitive game is embarrassing. It's the thing where it's like, I am a Panthers fan, and I've seen this roster now. By no means am I saying we are the most talented roster. We are the most talented team in the NFL, but we more talented than the fucking Saints. Bro, the Saints are one of the worst teams in the NFL. They're 4-10. They have one of the worst records in the entire NFL, and we got swept by them, bro. That's what's blowing me. We got swept by them. Because there are a lot of big things that come in this, bro. The first thing, if we beat the Saints, we just made our road. Literally, our destiny is in our hands. We win the division, and we're making the playoffs. Now that we've lost to the Saints, there are a bunch of other things we have to bank on happening that, I mean, we don't even know if it's going to happen, but you never want to put your fate, your destiny in the hands of other people. All we need to do is just win out for the rest of the season. But at this point, if we're losing to teams like the Saints, are we really going to be able to beat the Bucks twice and the Seahawks? I mean, I'm just not that confident in this team doing that. I don't know what to expect of these Panthers, bro. This is the same team that beat the Packers with Micah Parsons and the Rams. So I don't know. But then again, it's the same team that lost to Arizona in week 2. I don't really know. But like this game, if we're just talking about the game, let's get into the game. Everybody's going to point to, a lot of Panthers fans are saying a couple reasons for the loss. Bryce Young's play and the hit. Bryce Young did his thing. In my opinion, Bryce Young, he played like Bryce Young. He played a good game. He was delivering. He was dotting up. T-Mac, I'm calling him T-Mac, there are some catches that he has to make. But he's a rookie. I'm going to give him grace. He's a rookie. And it's like, yeah, we have high expectations for you, and these drops do need to stop, but they are annoying. They are annoying. They are irritating. These are catches that he has to make. So, but Bryce Young himself, he played good. He played good. I have no issue with the way Bryce played, personally. Me personally. Now, the defense, no. Then the hit on Lathan Ransom, the hit that Lathan Ransom made, it is a bad hit. No, it's not a bad hit. It's bad officiating. The officiating in this game was bad, though. The whole game. You never, and that's my thing. I played football before. I've played many sports before. You never want to put the game in the hand of the referees, because you end up in a situation like this where you're like, oh my goodness, what this happened? This wasn't a penalty. This wasn't a flag. No, it's not. That's not how this goes. You don't even want to put yourself in that position where you have to argue whether or not something was right or not, something is legal or not. You don't even want to be in that position, but we put ourselves in that position. Because we have the Saints over here driving down the field when it's 17-17, when just in the third quarter it was 17-7. Bad play. It was not really good playing. The team just looked undisciplined. The defense looked god awful. The defense did not look good. JC Horn, bro, we paying you top dollar, and you over here letting Chris Olave look like Michael Thomas or somebody, like you getting shook. You got embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Especially the expectations for you are higher, bro. You're JC Horn, top draft pick, top corner in the league, one of the best corners. I've seen people call you the best corner in the league, but bro, you didn't play like it. You looked horrible, actually. You didn't look good. The little slant route that he got a touchdown on you, because you were going for a pick or whatever, cannot happen. Can't happen, bro. And the defense as a whole just didn't look good. I'm not gonna lie. 172 yards in the fourth quarter is a bad look. Letting Tyler Shutt go out there and look like Drew Brees is a bad look. Just something that can't happen. But a lot of this, honestly, is on the coaches as well, though. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of this is on the coaches, because the thing is, right, you have a team that comes in and is unprepared. JC Horn over here in interviews talking about, we were, they were running the tempo we were struggling with. We just couldn't get lined up because we were in zone the whole time coaching. I'm not going to lie. I played football in high school. We were not struggling with that in high school. The play call might be quick, but we at least were changing the plays up. So you're telling me you're in the NFL, and whether it be EJ or whoever, you can't sit up here and get the defense set up and get it changed? Hello? Okay, typical. Okay, I'm looking to the sideline. Okay, we got base. All right, base. Okay, what you say? Okay, middle linebacker blitz. Whatever you want to call it. It's simple. That's high. If I was doing that in high school, I know y'all can do that in the NFL. So the fact that y'all failed to do it, and that's the reason why y'all were struggling to stop the Saints, embarrassing. Linebackers, horrible. D-line, horrible. Why? And speaking of play calling, why is Derek Brown is dropping in the coverage? Why would you ever drop Derek Brown in the coverage? Why is he ever dropping back in the coverage? The defense looked horrible, and that is a big reason why we lost. But this team as a whole looked horrible. We looked sloppy. We looked undisciplined. We looked like a team that didn't. People talking about look like a team that came off a bye week and all this stuff. Man, yes. But I don't give a damn about that, bro. Bro, put up or shut up time. It's put up or shut up time. It is. We are in the NFL playoffs. I mean, we are in a crucial, literally like a crucial game for your season. This is you win this, then you have control of your destiny. You could lose to Seattle, but as long as you beat the Bucks twice, cool. But you go here, you wet the bed, and now you just have to win out. And you have to win out. Like every game from now on is a must win, and you have to hope something falls your way, whether it be somebody losing or somebody beat somebody. Like now you have to hope for that. But if you take care of business, come on, bro. You just can't have things like, like people complaining about getting set, people complaining about struggling with. I mean, you're going to struggle with tempo. Don't get me wrong. I understand that. I played football, but in the NFL level, there are certain things that shouldn't be an excuse. And then offensively, like they over here talking about how Bryce is over here having to audible and correct Chuba Hubbard and all these different types of things. And Canales talking about we trying to implement like simple stuff, like bro, it's week 14. Why is certain not implemented, bro? Why is not implemented? That does not make sense. I'm not gonna lie. This is a very frustrating. This is just a very, very, very frustrating game. But I can't say I'm surprised. Team has been a roller coaster all year, and yeah, bro, just Bush League stuff, man. I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully we can beat Seattle. We can beat the Bucks twice. Hopefully we can make the playoffs. But if we don't make the playoffs, we're going to look at a couple games, and this is going to be one of those games where we face a team that we are clearly better than, and we just wet the bed, man. We wet the bed. Second game I want to talk about, another one of the best games, is Josh Allen coming back from being down 21. They were down 24-7 at the half. Oh, sure. I guess it wasn't. Well, no, it was like 20. They're down by 17 here. Yeah, they were down by like 21 at one point, and it didn't look good. It did not look good for the Buffalo Bills. And now, I'm not going to lie, I'm sitting up here like, okay, maybe the Patriots are legit. Maybe they might be legit. You being a team like the Bills, not granted, the Bills are not like this all-worldly team. Don't get me wrong, but like, the Bills, like, they're 10-4, I believe that's what they said. The Bills are 10. Yeah, the Bills are 10-4, bro. Like, come on, man. They're on a 3-game winning streak, bro. Like, boom. So for the Patriots to go up, dominating like they have been all season. I mean, the Patriots are 11-3. They've been dominating and playing really well. It's impressive, especially when Josh Allen's getting outplayed by Drake May. Cool. But then Josh Allen, I mean, sheesh. Like, I have to say, Josh Allen locked in. He locked in the second half. I mean, it breaks it all down, like right here, right? Like where, he throws a touchdown, it's another touchdown, another passing touchdown, a game and a run. Cool. 13 for 21 to 58 yards in the second half is impressive. And him just being able to lead and will this team to a victory, I mean, hey, have to give it up to him. Now, I mean, the rest of the team played well, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, Josh Allen and the way that he performed was amazing. And, I mean, honestly, shoot, like, it's another one of those things where this year, like, and nothing is really settled this far into the season. One of those things is the MVP. Honestly and truthfully, it's a lot of people who are in contention for that MVP. And he just beat somebody who is, some people are arguing, is a top candidate for the MVP, and Drake May came into his trap and beat him. It kind of changes things, right? But yeah, bro, like great performance from Josh Allen, great performance from the Bills. The Bills, I mean, shoot, as much as I criticize this roster and the lack of pieces they have around them, I mean, this is as wide open of a year as you can ask. I mean, in the year where the Ravens are down, let's look. The Ravens are down, the Bengals are down, the Texans aren't, in the most ideal position, but they're 9-5. The Broncos are like the number one team in the AFC. I mean, sheesh, you're gonna have to go up against some guys. You're gonna see some of these teams again. The Patriots. You're gonna see one of the top teams. The Patriots, Jags, Texans, Broncos, Chargers. You're gonna see somebody. But I mean, shoot, better than having to see this guy right here, right? See the Chiefs in them, right? So, I mean, we'll just have to see what happens. But overall, great week, great slate of games. I just wanted to point on some of the bigger storylines in the NFL this week. So, yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like I said, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you go ahead and comment down below if you have something to say. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it. That's all I got. Until next time, peace.